I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
Now, what I've got here is a scrotum and nothing else.
Vagina.
My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Probably late. Oh, Friday night time. Radical life. And highly organized. It's Friday night time. Friday night time. If you're still not offended tonight. Oh, Friday night time. Rest assured that the chances are high.
I don't deserve that applause at all. Had some technical difficulties, but they are fixed. Camera was dropping frames. Real easy fix. Change the USB. Change the USB. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday Nerdrotic Nooner on Rumble. I'm still not seeing the Rumble chat. What is going on with Rumble? Sorry, I can't see your chat. Oh, here, I'll have to go elsewhere to find it. But hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'd just like to say on this lovely morning, May 12th, day after Mother's Day, something historic has happened. Something historic has happened. Snow White has flopped twice within 2 months. Now, I can't remember like how far apart the Morbius releases were, so it could be the second time this has happened. Yes, it has flopped twice in 2 months because it went back into I wouldn't call it a wide re-release. It was re-released in the poor theaters, bogged down with 1,300 screens. It was put on over the weekend for Mother's Day because Disney thought moms would want to go see this shitty movie. And it turns out they didn't. But we'll get to that. Hang on a second. Nothing's going as it's supposed to right now. Hang on. Where in the Discord is the ad read? I have no idea where it is. Hang on. Did she put it in here? She said it's in the Discord. That narrows it down to about 50 categories. So I don't fucking know. I don't know. Lady Greymaster, could you put it? Could you find the ad if you're out there? Could you find the ad read and here? Sorry, folks. X-Ray Girl traveled, and yeah. There we go. And once I find it, I'll get to it. It's sponsored by something. We'll find out soon. Yes. We did our Mobland watch party last night, and that show is a fucking banger, man. Whoa. Holy shit. It just keeps getting better. It keeps getting better. It's better than Andor. Lots of Andor conversation. Like I said on Friday Night Tights, I thought 7, 8, and 9 were the best of the series. I really love how they do the Empire in certain aspects, and I couldn't give a shit about other characters that fill this so full of just nothing that it affects the impact of certain events. I do think Cyril had a good resolution, but you had to sit through him sitting down with his mother all the fucking time. Yeah, so there's good and there's bad. Best Star Wars since the OT. I think that's a little crazy because I would take the prequels, some aspects of the prequels over some aspects of Andor. I would. So I think that's nuts. But I think the earnest tone it took is what we wanted. I think I could speak for most of the fans. We wanted more of an earnest tone, so things would have impact because, and this was brought up on another stream, I believe, Open Bar. But in Andor, they don't want Jedis to show up. But if one did, it would have weight to it. It would feel like something because the Empire is actually built up as evil and not a bunch of incompetent morons. So, yeah, Mobland's kicking its ass, and it should because it's a much better show. I also saw a pretty good show on Netflix that people have been chatting about. I think Disbrew brought it up on FNT. It was Disbrew, so I'm like, shit, I'll watch it, after FNT. And it's called The Eternaut or The Eternaut. Not sure which one. It's supposed to be Eternity and Astronaut kind of. So I guess it would be Eternaut. I don't know what it is in Argentinian Spanish. Is it Spanish? Because Brazil speaks Portuguese and Spanish. And like each country has their own form of Spanish. Like Peru Spanish is a little different. Like they mix in some Italian shit with it. It's all Latin based. So Eternaut, whatever. Yes, it is a comic book from 1957 that was later rewritten in 1969. So, and I can't remember the author's name. And despite owning a comic shop, I'm like, I never fucking heard of this thing. And apparently it got reprinted in English. So I looked it up. So it got reprinted in English, the first version, by Fantagraphics in 2015, which I'm definitely going to get. Yes, I completely understand that the writer of the comic was, and I don't know how this happens, but it's a thing. Catholic communist. But Catholic communism is a thing. It is a thing. But that doesn't really come through, at least in this season. So it's good. I liked it. I don't want to, I think a lot of people probably out there know the premise or ruin the premise, but it's post-apocalyptic. but it's different. It's different. The science in it, not so sure, but it deals with the Van Allen belt, pole shift, crazy shit. So the first episode, basically this girl goes out in a boat and it starts snowing. She's with her friends and she gets inside. Her friends are outside and they just drop dead. Just drop dead. Guys are playing a card game. They're inside. Everybody outside. It starts snowing and it was sunny before, and everybody just outside drops dead. Everybody, the snow hits you, you're dead. And then it goes from there. 6 episodes. It's in Argentinian. I did the dubs. And sometimes they're pretty funny. But yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. It's on Netflix. Yeah, the communism doesn't come through in this short story. So the one he rewrote in 1969, he completely rewrote it with those themes, but the first one didn't have those, and I think they adapted that one because it seems very straightforward. It's just people trying to survive. The main character's like really good. Yeah, it's got a good blend of characters. And I liked it. And I watched the dubs. I'm not going to read this movie or show. So yeah, I liked it. So Mobland and Eternaut are good. Andor had a good 7, 8, 9. I think they had a very bad 1 through 6. And I would say it's kind of similar for me for the first season. Kind of a bad 1 through 5, and then you get to the prison stuff, and it's really good. I gotta say, like a lot of the prison stuff, accurate as far as there's definitely factions in prison, but there's always what brings unity is, I mean, and it's usually not trying to escape. It's usually trying to like get in some contraband. There's unity. There's like a unity against the man, right? So I think it got some of that stuff right. I did. Again, sorry for being super late today. So yeah, we're going to do a square up in a little bit. But I wanted to show you these. There it is. Okay. Thank you, X-Ray Girl. Here we go. This episode is brought to you by, piss off. Not the ad read, this whatever thing pop-up has got popping up on me now. But this is for 1775 coffee. Let me take a sip. Hang on. So good. 1775 coffee just dropped their starter kit. So if you've been scared to commit, don't worry. It's not vegan. It's not woke. It won't ask you your pronouns. It's coffee. You already know we back it. Now here's your excuse to finally try it. You're getting $200 worth of coffee and gear for just $99. That's a steal in a world where your coffee shop charges $9 for burnt oat foam, and coffee prices are continuing to rise. They are insane right now. You get 3 full-size bags of their best coffee, the Bold Dark Roast, Smooth Medium Roast, and their new anti-aging blend. Yes, coffee that actually tastes good and age better exclusive merch. And you age better. Sorry. Exclusive merch, a matte black tumbler stamped with unapologetic freedom quotes, a gold spoon clip that keeps your coffee sealed, and a branded frother that does what it's told. I like obedient frothers. I do. All of it is single origin, small batch, mold free. Yeah, mold free for sure. Man, that's on theme for my house right now. And toxin free. And every bag is rated 85 plus on the cupping scale, which puts it among the top specialty coffees in the world. If you've been watching 1775 blow up on Rumble, wondering if it's actually worth it, it is. Go to 1775coffee.com/nerdrotic and grab your starter kit before it's gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something, just like Rumble does. Start your day with coffee that only tastes great, but actually not only tastes great, but actually backs what you believe. 1775 coffee. There you go. All right, let's see who's here. You patient, really nice, forgiving people. Thumbs up, 1981, David Rayner, Eric K. and his wrench. Greetings, sir. Mark Lurzeth and his wrench. Good. Did I say good evening? Yeah, good evening. Fuck you, Eric. Did I say good evening? It's probably evening somewhere, but not where Eric is. Sorry to dox you. Emerald Coast Archer, welcome. How am I supposed to say this? We're run of Bly. I probably messed that up. Snacks. What's up, Snacks? Joseph 91 Salazar. John Campia's Ego. Richard Dower. Emerald Coast Archer. Andreas Susie. Overkilled. Uncle Neil's Soft Feet. Okay, is it soft feet like you moisturize? Or is it soft feet that you're lighting the loafers? I'm not really sure. Reese, War Wizard, Chief Aldo, Night Gazer, Rowan S, Speaky Deek, Ophelia, and promo code Pillow. What? Okay, why? Why is your account name, if you're a real person, which I'm going to assume you are, is promo code Pillow? Did you just I just need to come up with something? He's all, yep. I'm a person. I just, it's we can start this again. It's just a P and it says promo code Pillow. This is like, I am putting the least effort into going on fucking YouTube, and I don't blame you at all. Remember when we put so much into it? Well, when you could, back in the day, you could, you had to hurry to get your name because somebody else had it. God, that was years ago. Fuck. Been on the internet for 30 years. For over 30 years. It's a long time. What's up for Axelon? All right, Snow White. I appreciate that lack of effort. That's a lack of effort that takes effort, if that makes any sense. All right, Snow White flops twice in 2 months. I mean, what were they thinking? I think they just wanted to get a little extra bump of cash. So, and I retweeted it, but who was it? Who put up the tweet with the horrible math? And I'm not going to be bother fucking checking it, dude. I don't care. But it was bad math. Let's go. Where is it? There it is. All right. It was the Hollywood Handle. The Hollywood Handle, which is, like dick sucking film. They just regurgitate shit, but at least they don't block me. What's the other one that blocked me? I don't care. I thought about it for a second. I don't care. It's just because I backed up Jeremy. That's what I get. I get blocked by accounts that annoy me. I have to do that more. All right. So if we go over here and we have the Hollywood Handle needs to find themselves an Asian to do some math. Snow White was re-released in 1,300 theaters domestically this weekend and grossed $210,000. That's a per average of $50. All right. Let's go to our little calendar here. Let's go to our little calculator. And let's do some math without X-Ray Girl. So 210,000 divided by 1,300 equals $161.5 per theater, but that's not even the right number. So if we go to by the numbers, you can see the accurate number. Well, as accurate as it gets. Disney Snow White. Here we go. Oh, we can't do that. Right here. It did $335,000 over the weekend, which is still incredibly low. It got bumped up by 1,200 theaters. So it was only in 280 theaters before this weekend. And its box office only went up 54% at 1,330 theaters. Per theater average of $252. So depending on where you are, what's the average ticket price now? $14? Man, that's more than I expected. That's like 18 people per theater. Depending on where you are. Don't know what they were thinking, but it was good for a laugh. So thank you. Yeah, they didn't pay for it didn't pay for an employee for one day. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. But it was good for a laugh. And now we could say, and do we have the answer? Like, how far apart was Morbius released and re-released? I guess I can look it up. Okay. The film Morbius was released on April 1st, but then when did they re-release it? So they re-released it. The negative reception towards the film generated an ironic meme culture surrounding with the phrase, which led Sony to re-release it in 1,000 theaters on June 30th. So it was April, May. You know what? I'm going to say it's technically, no, April. Was the film really released on April 1st? That's funny. So Snow White beats its record because we're less than two months, because Snow White was released on the 22nd of March, 21st, right? So we are within 2 months, so it beats it out barely. But they did the same thing. It's Morbin time. That's hilarious. Hail. Oh, wait. I want to hear this. Because I've been telling all my friends to watch Mobland. Let's see. Yes. Caught up on Mobland. Holy fuck, it's Game of Thrones. So it's like a mini. Yeah, Game of Thrones. It is about a waning empire and desperate acts to save this waning empire go incredibly sideways. There's an evil queen, Helen Mirren. There's a evil king, Conrad Harrigan. There's a rival, I would say the king or lord, we'll say. Richie. And then we have the hand of the king, which is Harry, running around trying to fix everything. And it almost seems like the family that he's working for is working against him. It's fucking good. So we're 7 episodes in. The last one ended pretty whoa. I'll just say that. Yeah, Conrad is fishing. 100 guns, Harrigan. So good. And Tom Hardy's the best thing in it. And that's with Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren and Patty Considine. I can never pronounce his last name. Patty's great. Everybody's great in it. It's the best show of the year. By far. by far. Not even close. I cannot wait till next Sunday to watch it. The binge thing came up and it's like, well, I like, yeah, of course I want to see it right away. But it's smarter to do it this way because it wasn't getting a lot of buzz at first. It was not. So if this gets dropped, and I'm talking purely as a business, from a business standpoint, from the company, like fuck the company, but from their perspective is we want the most people possible to watch this. We get one shot at releasing something that may get the most powerful marketing tool of all time that will never change. They can bot everything they want. They can buy every fucking critic on the fucking planet and shill, but nothing. They can build fucking Barbie houses. They can do press tours around the world. They can send Tom Cruise to theaters, which I love. I absolutely love. They could do all that. Nothing will beat word of mouth. Word of mouth is still the greatest marketing tool. It will always be the greatest marketing tool. It has always been the greatest marketing tool because that's a general consensus of the majority of the audience who has seen it, likes it. They are telling their friends who then go and watch it, and the majority of them are watching it, and they're telling their 10 little friends, and they tell their 10 little friends, and that's how you get a hit. That's how Sinners is just motoring along at the box office right now. It is 1000% word of mouth. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Will there be people who go, Sinners is overrated, dude. Mobland's overrated, dude? Yes, and they may feel that way, and that's fine. Because that's called the internet, that's called the world, and there's always somebody like that. I had a friend who, did the whole Kevin Smith bullshit with Lord of the Rings, just a bunch of people walking. Okay. Greatest trilogy ever made. Peter Jackson made walking fucking interesting, motherfucker. So did J.R.R. Tolkien. But there's going to be people say it's overrated, and that's cool. That's fine. But you can't beat word of mouth. And releasing this weekly has turned out to be a genius move because if you go back to the ratings, it didn't really pop in its first episode. Nobody had fucking heard it. Mahler and I, and as I was kind of pushing it on them because I saw the trailer randomly, I'm like, holy fuck, look at this cast. And the trailer, quite frankly, was pretty generic, put in a, sympathy for the devil. We're like, God, they use that for so much. But like it, now that I've watched the show, that's the only song you could have fucking chose. That's the only song because they put that song on everything and it's got nothing to do. No, like the devil exists in this show and her name is Helen Mirren and Conrad. They're both the devil. And you can't take your eyes off them. They're so good. But if this gets dropped all at once, it gets memory hold. It gets absolutely memory hold. You release this shit weekly, it builds up, and now it's charting. It's charting better. Viewership is going up. And that's what you want your trajectory to be for a first season. You don't want it to be Disney Plus trajectory, which is, somebody checking it out the first couple episodes and it drops. I think Andor is going up, but it's still it's getting trounced by Mobland that is on Paramount Plus that doesn't have half the subs that Disney Plus has, that D Plus has. And it costs, I'm guessing Mobland, here's my best guess for Mobland, considering the cast, which is probably what put it up, because it's all like just on location in the UK. 65 million, maybe 70. That would pay for a couple episodes of Andor. Oh, maybe. Yeah, a couple episodes of Andor, a couple episodes of Acolyte, a couple episodes of She-Hulk, a couple episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And you get And I'm guessing that's the same as Landman and Tulsa King. And okay, let's bump it up to later seasons of Yellowstone. 100 million. I'm thinking 1883 probably cost 100 million. Thinking 1923, 80 million each. But those are all still a couple episodes of The Acolyte, a couple episodes of She-Hulk, and you're making, and these things are money-making machines. One of the few out there that are just cranking in money. Why? Well, because Paramount licensed out Yellowstone, so it's on multiple networks right now. It can be seen with commercials. I even think some of it was put on broadcast. I don't know if you could put Yellowstone on broadcast. There's titties in it. You'd have to blur those out. But yeah. Luthen is very good in Andor. Luthen is the best character Disney Star Wars has come up with. And now that Cyril has had his arc, I'd say Cyril's up there. And I forgot his name, but Andy Serkis character, who might not be dead. He couldn't swim. Guess we'll never know. But yeah, Guy Ritchie, Taylor Sheridan killing it right now because they're making good stuff. Oh, and you know what it's filled with? Masculinity. What? It's shit dudes can watch, but I'm telling you, I bet the female audience of this is I think it's probably what 60-40 at best. My wife loves Mobland. The missus loves Mobland. And yeah, Chris just said it's great. I think Ryan's enjoying it. Mahler's loving the hell out of it. Doubt Az has even seen it. Oh, Drinker got back to me and said, what did he say? I'm going to paraphrase. He said, you weren't, I said, watch Mobland. You won't regret it. He's all, you weren't kidding about Mobland. Paramount Plus is really killing it these days. Brosnan is superb. He is. And you know, we talked about it's like, how in the fuck how can they make such shit Star Trek and then make all these other good shows? And the answer is Alex Kurtzman. It's a carryover from CBS All Ass. They are expensive, but they make money. So Taylor Sheridan shows are known to be quite expensive, but like 100 million is expensive. I'm not going to do the accent again. 100 guns, fucking head again. That was so good. He disrespected me to my face. And that's when he, That's such a good scene. That was such a good scene. Before we get to Square Up, I also watched a giant pile of shit called Doctor Who. So yes, I am going to do a review on this season now. This was the tipping point. I almost did a video yesterday, and I'm like, you know what? Let's wait till it's done. Let's wait till it's done. Let's let it play out. I think it's gonna get worse. But and it's just because like what tipped it over? There's so many good clips from this show that you guys will just cringe and laugh at all at once. And I'm just gonna save them all up for one. Yeah. Bulls Trek, my man, Bulls Trek, Disbrew, they're doing weekly interviews, reviews on this. I mean, I do a weekly review here. That's what I do, is I do a weekly review here. But I can set you up for what will be. And listen, I'm waiting because when this season's over, that's it. Like, it's over. It's going to get canceled. That's all she wrote. It's done. And I think it's best to wait till it's over because, well, I have a lot to say, but I think that more damage is coming. There's rumors of Jody coming back. Now that might have already kind of happened. So I don't know. I don't care about the rumors. We got 3 episodes to fucking go. Sometimes patience is a virtue on, not one that's used very much on YouTube. I think I'll have much more to say after these 3 episodes, especially if Shooty regenerates into nothing. Because they said I've asked Dave Cullen to come on FNT multiple times. I think it's a time issue, but we are a little earlier. I'll ask him again. He's back on Twitter. He doesn't follow me, but I mean, I don't think he follows anybody, and I don't care. But I love Dave. I fucking love Dave, and I watched this video this morning, and it was funny. Absolutely love Dave. So yes, I would love to have Dave on. We did a stream together about Doctor Who. You know what? I think I'll reach out to Dave and see if he wants to chit chat when it's all said and done. I think we'll do another Whovians live stream. It's been a while. I think once the season's done, I think it'd be a proper time to do another Whovians live stream. What do you think, guys? My Irish accent sucks. Okay. All my accents suck. My own accents suck. But thank you. Dave Cullen. Subscribe to Dave Cullen. And follow him on Twitter. He's back on Twitter. I know he was on Gab forever. But yeah, he is on Twitter now. So no, Dave is awesome. That's a good ginge right there. That's a good ginge. So this episode, it's incomprehensible. It's fucking comprehensible. Who's the writer? What is it? Dan, what was Az going through? A Den of Geek, Doctor Who review. There it is. So the writer's like some fucking African communist poet, okay? And it's so incomprehensible. I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain this, like describe it to you. It's called The Story in the Machine. So Nurse What and resting see you next Tuesday face are still trying to get to the date of May 24th, 2025, and they can't. But somehow, and Glenn, I'm going to describe it. I don't have the clips ready, so you're just going to have to. You have to wait for my video. Other people have clips out there. So the doctor decides to go to Nigeria because he wants to feel some community. Because the doctor's in blackface, just to let you know. The doctor's in blackface, and now that he's in blackface, he needs to hang around black people because he doesn't feel comfortable in other settings in that body. Despite being a Time Lord that is well over 2,000 years old, that has experienced every alien civilization in this dimension and others known to man, or the Time Lords, or the Daleks, or the Cybermen, or anybody, the pantheon of gods. Again, he interacts with gods. He's fought the devil. He killed 2 entire races during the Time War. Most of them. But when he's a black man, he needs to, a gay black man. He feels uncomfortable around white people. So he wants to feel a sense of community. So he goes to the Wakanda of Nigeria to a barbershop, because let's make it more stereotypical. And the barbershop is supposed to be the safe space, right? And listen, I like a barbershop. I got nothing against a barbershop. So he goes to Nigeria, to go visit a barber that he just likes to hang out with. They're best friends, and they became best friends since last season. I'm not sure. Well, the barber and a couple of clients are trapped in a barber shop that's been turned into a spaceship that's a spider that's crawling on a web that is basically the web of stories that interconnect our entire universe, that were written by a man, a human from Nigeria, and then stolen, cultural appropriation, by the story gods or the tricksters, Loki, what is it, the Nancy, right? Which looks like a girl, but they call a dude. And he's got some magical clippers that power his spider ship that goes through the web of stories that interconnect the universe so he can go kill the gods, but he needs to power the ship with stories. So he's trapped a few people in there, and he cuts their hair in the barber shop, and they have to tell a story while he cuts their hair. And then as soon as he's done, their fucking afros grow back, and it's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Dude, a guy goes, and his afro goes, whoop, and I'm fucking dying, dude. I am just on the floor, done. I'm like pissing myself laughing. But the worst part is in the beginning. The Time Lord, who's been multiple faces, supposedly been a chick, supposedly been a black chick, who's gay now. We'll get to that. Oh, yeah. The first black female doctor, played by Joe Martin, lesbo. Jodie Whittaker, lesbo. So, points for keeping the doctor straight the whole time until he got the shooty. The doctor liked chicks until shooty, even when he was a chick. So I hope I explained that well enough, because that's what it was about. It was written by a fucking child, like a child. Oh, that's disrespectful to children. Oh, I can't use that analogy. Let's just say it was written by a simpleton, a window licker, a poet, basically. Listen, I guess there's some good poets out there, but you can't just go, I am a communist poet, DEI hire, and he proved it, because it was, I'd probably be more pissed about it if I understood what his fucking messaging was. I understood clearly in the beginning when he said, as a black man, I need to be with my community, even though he's a fucking white dude with blackface on. I need to be with my community. And man, everybody gets along. The women are treated great. I mean, it looks like a fun place to go. If Nigeria's like that, then I'd love to go. They're walking down the market. They're all, what's up, man? Doing a little bro hugs. And he knows everybody's walking around. Oh, and by the way, this villain wants to kill the gods, which will unravel the universe, right? Gets shown way more sympathy than the straight white podcaster from last week. I just want to point that out, because he's black. Because he's black. So, the evil barber story god thing that's powering the spider spaceship to walk amongst the web of stories to go kill the gods has taken the Nancy's fucking daughter, and she's there. She's helping him. And remember, all the humans are trapped, and they're all telling stories about the slice of life stuff in Africa, right? Really riveting stuff. It plays out like you're not UK people aren't gonna. It plays out like a fucking PBS episode, dude. It plays out like a after school special, fucking DEI after school special. That's what the fuck it was. Like everybody knows the after school specials, but don't do drugs, kids. And it's it's always like just really cringe. We used to get really fucking high and watch those things and laugh our ass off. But yeah, I told you I've been watching bad shit for years. You guys don't believe me. But yes, we used to get fucking wasted and watch after school specials and piss ourselves laughing. But I digress. So she's there and she's mad at the doctor because the doctor could have freed her. The Nancy offered her up as a bet or whatever, and he didn't want to do it. But it turns out it wasn't a he. It was she. It was the fugitive doctor, which is totally non-existent bullshit that they just put in there for DEI. She's been in all of like 3 minutes of fucking television. Oh, maybe 5. The first black female doctor played by Joe Martin, who was also with the first female doctor played by Jodie Whittaker. And every time you see anything news related written about her, it is the first black female, blah, blah, blah. The first female, blah, 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 blah. And that's the only reason they fucking put it in there. It's not story driven. It doesn't make a good story. None of the DEI bullshit does. And I'd love to be done talking about DEI. I'd really fucking love it, but they're not done. I know you're done, but they're not done. I know you're done with woke, but they're not done. Our boy Piers is coming out with a book called Woke is Dead. It took a beating. You're tired of it. It's continuing to take a beating, but they're going to keep making it for a little while. Arguably the two wokest, if that's a word, shows of television premiered within a week of each other. And then Doctor Who, and it was Doctor Who and Last of Us. And then Doctor Who decided to outdo itself and actually make a worse episode. So she's feeling jilted by the doctor, and you see her talking to the doctor, and then the camera goes behind her head, and then the gay male doctor who likes dudes turns into the gay female doctor who likes girls. Joe Martin. She's in it for like 2 seconds. And she's like, I couldn't have taken you with me. I was a fugitive. And then they go back to head and it's Shooty Gatwa, and then they go back and it's Joe, and then she's gone for the rest of the fucking episode. And like 5 people on Twitter went, eee, first black female Doctor Who. I can't even remember what episode it is. Listen, I watched them all. And let's remind everybody of the Timeless Children once again. Because we haven't alienated everybody yet. We still need to alienate some people. What's the Timeless Children? It's an episode that makes Doctor Who the most, if there is a most, the most murdered, suicidal, dead franchise on the planet. They went back and fucked with their canon, which Star Wars hasn't done and Star Trek hasn't done. To the extent where they took the main character and completely changed his origin so he could be a little black girl who speaks 0 lines of fucking dialogue. And it's done in a 5-minute montage with a voiceover. Completely changed at that time, 58 years, 56 years of canon. All right, so that's Joe Martin's appearance. And then then they tell more fucking stories. And we see like the companions, like a really awesome nurse. And there was no white people. There's white people in the flashbacks, but there's no white people in the episode. So they're going to call it a great victory. Let's see. Fuck off, Den of Geek. I don't want to read this whole thing. There are many ways in which the story and age. This is fuck off. There we go. I'm going to briefly go over this before we get to soups. Briefly go over this before we get to soups. Doctor Who Series 15, Episode 5 review, The Story in the Engine. Doctor Who delivers a poetic, daring, visual, sumptuous episode by new guest writer Inua Alams and director Makala McPherson. Spoilers ahead. It was shit. Stephen Mohammed. The Doctor and Belinda land in Lagos, Nigeria, where a mysterious barber is holding people hostage and using their stories for nefarious purpose to power a space spider engine ship. There are many ways the story in the engine feels invigorating. Let's start with the Doctor himself and the way the episode engages his new appearance. Lux made a laughable and slightly clumsy attempt to deal with some of the implications of a newly non-white Doctor, specifically how his skin color could expose him and his companion to a type of violent prejudice that the character has never been encountered before. It's arguably an uncomfortable, what most viewers might have expected from the new series. An exploration of being black could negatively impact the Doctor's travels. Well, they have. Look at those ratings. So this one, they just made it all black people and about being a safe space and about cultural appropriation. It's worth talking about writer Inau Elams, who makes a strong impression with his Doctor Who debut. Born in Nigeria, Elams is a highly accomplished poet and playwright who shines through in this episode. It's written by a fucking child. It's incomprehensible gobbledygook. There's people on Twitter who even back this are going, what was that episode about? And I'm like, I believe it was Nigeria is Wakanda and cultural appropriation. That's pretty much what I got out of it. I mean, that's all DEI writers can write. The second Russell T Davies era has thrown a lot of ideas at the wall and retreated some old ground, albeit from a slightly different angle. But the story in the engine, like The Devil's Cord and Lux, feels like a 60-year-old show staking out genuinely new territory. Yeah, ratings lows. What with all the disquieting background hum and with all the disquieting background hum about a hiatus, these stories of episodes make me confident that the show has many more years in it yet. Hopefully decades. It's done. It is done. It is done. Yeah, that was worse than last week. So I'm thinking, hey, maybe it keeps getting worse. It had a little ratings bump. It went from I think last episode is now the second lowest rated episode, and the 5 episodes of this season have been the 5 lowest episodes in the history of Doctor Who. 3 more to go, and this thing gets tossed. Oh, the show's very dead. Yes, finally, R.I.P. Doctor Who. But it's actually been dead for a long time. It's all diluted now. You're right, chat. All right, let's get to the square up. Yeah, they'll say hiatus, shelved, temporary stop. And that temporary stop will, my guess, will be a minimum of 15 years. You all tell me at the old folks' home if it comes back. Y'all tell me if it comes back. Alrighty, here we go. Oh boy, we're starting out with Ryan Kinnell. For $5, says, my therapist told me time heals all wounds. So I stabbed him. Now we wait. I don't know about this one, Ryan Kinnell. Gary, you could say whatever you want about pedos to the wall, but at least they obey the speed limit around school zones. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, Jesus. Ryan Kinnell's gay subconscious for $5. What do I do when Gary starts smoking? I slow down and use some lubricant. Oh, God, there's more. How do I make Jeremy scream during sex? I call him from Drunk 3PO's house and tell him about it. Oh, my God. There's more. Ryan Kittle. I know my autographed Isom comic book is authentic because Ripper's signature was in spray paint. I'm not going to stop laughing. Oh, shit. If it's funny, it's funny. Ryan Kinnell for $5 more. Why do I cry during sex? Usually because of pepper spray. Yeah. Ryan Kinnell's gay subconscious for $5. I like to angle my microphone towards a pretend. I like to angle my microphone downwards and pretend I'm in the shower with Drunk 3PO. Okay, there's some serious Drunk 3PO liking vibes here. I met an older woman. This is Ryan Kinnell for $5 more. I met an older woman during bingo night at the Villages. As things started to heat up back at her apartment, she asked, "Is it true what they say about younger men?" I smiled and said, "Why, baby? Of course it is," as I punched her in the face and stole her purse. That's terrible. Oh, shit. Okay, we're done with Ryan's. That was good. I thought Ellie and Dina's horse was named Subaru. It says super pot roast for $5. Yeah, and then they're gonna get a new one called they'll get a jackass called U-Haul. Did they make the Ripperverse announcement yet? Hang on. Have they made the announcement yet? Have they made it on Twitter? I don't know if they've made. I thought they were doing a live stream. Stop the Subaru hate. Hey, we just sold the Subaru. We did. My brother-in-law's Subaru. He was a lesbian. He liked women. Yes, they have. So have they made it? Oh, okay. Oh, it's a video. It streamed an hour ago. All right. So okay, yeah, there we go. So they're all there. All right. So Saints and Sinners was announced. It's going to feature stories, but it's a compilation. So it's going to feature stories by Will the Critical Drinker, Mahler, Az, Drunk 3PO, others, banger art, and I think they announced it today. I honestly got to watch the stream. They used Mahler's real name on the anthology. Well, I mean, like if you look, you can find his name, right? listen, if you look, you can find anything. Okay. It's all pretty much out there. It's all pretty much out there. I know Az's name. I know Comic's name. I know X-Ray Girl's name. I know Mahler's name. I don't ever call them by their name. Like ever, ever, ever. Because I will accidentally say their name online. As a matter of fact, you guys haven't heard it. You missed it. But I accidentally said X-Ray Girl's name online. She actually showed her name online one time. Yeah, like I'll blab and I won't mean to. So it's just better for consistency that I just, when I call them, I'm all, hey, Comics. Hey, Az. In public, everywhere. Just so I just keep it cool. What's your name? Napsky. That's your name, Napsky. That's your name. That's your name. So that was announced today. Very exciting stuff. We'll talk about it on Real BBC tomorrow. And I've known this has been in the pipeline for a long time. Also, it was announced yesterday that Ripperverse will be at the Dallas Fan Expo, and so will I. Not going to plan a meetup. I can't plan a meetup, and I'll tell you why in a second. I want to, but I can't. So we'll be at the con. So if you can get in the con, I'll be at a table for a couple hours. I'm doing a booth, but I'll be at the Ripperverse table if you want to come up and say hi. Me and Garrett will be there. Me and Quarter Black will be there. And then we'll be shopping. We'll be running around the con and shopping. You can come up and say hi there too. It's all good. It's all good. So Dallas Fan Expo, I'll be there, and Star Wars Theory is going to be on the panel. Eric's going to be on the panel. Oh, did he? Did Garrett blab? Yeah, I don't like once in a great while, I'll call X-Ray Girl by her name, which is Beatrix. Okay. If y'all want to know, it's Beatrix. Her real name is Beatrix. I just outed X-Ray Girl. Beatrix Ching Chong Ching. It's really her name. Swear to God. I haven't seen Drinker's video about Andor, but I will. Did it just come out? They really liked it, and I'm not going to shit on that at all. They really like, I think, some stuff more than others. And I said it on Friday Night Tights. I kind of let the conversation go. Ryan and I were trying to fight, like, there's certain things that just aren't true. Like, Gorman is all white. So there is some fucking DEI girl boss shit in the fucking show. 100%. But the big difference here is some of the female characters, like the lesbian chicks, didn't need to be there. That was DEI bullshit. 100%. They added fucking zero to the story. They did not need to be there. But the Empire girl, I'm forgetting her name, Deidre or whatever, she's good. She's good. And they set it up in a way to where she's kind of the only chick there, right? And for a little while, they made her, it seemed like they were making her the smartest one there. Like, she had pretty good gut instincts and stuff. And then she turned out to be a manipulative bitch at the end, who wasn't as smart as she thought she was. And my guess is she's being completely fucking set up to be a fall guy for Gorman. That would be my guess. Haven't seen the last few episodes, whatever. But man, she's really good in the role. She, like, her and Cyril towards the end, Like, God, you get through all this shit, but they're fucking good. The Empire, the ISB, all that shit is really fucking good. That's what they should have been doing with the Empire this whole fucking time. Even Andor himself finally starts to become like a character in his own fucking show. Only took 2 seasons, but he's still far from the most interesting thing in the show. But in 7, 8, 9, like, you see the impact of that character. Like you see the impact on him. You finally identify with him on something. Like you can like feel his pain. Like it's so too long of a buildup, too much filler. Looks beautiful, looks great, looks fucking, the tech porn in this show is 10 out of 10. And they're not like those fucking retards from Star Trek. They're not afraid to go, no, we're gonna make this look like the tech at the time from Star Wars. And there's a way you can do it to make it look modern and fun. And they did it. They absolutely did it. And it works 100%. So that bullshit that Alex Kurtzman, the retard out there going, well, we can't show the old tech of Star Trek. Yeah, you could have. Yeah, you could have. It's all about aesthetics. It's all about its presentation. It's not the, oh, they would have crisper screens because we have. How the fuck do we know? So the tech was good. You could see where the money went. They spent way too much fucking money on this show. It goes on way too fucking long. It's filled with too much padding. Is it the best Disney Star Wars? Is it the most serious? It's the most serious Disney Star Wars Disney has made. Is it the best? I think some of it is. Is it worth subscribing to Disney Plus? Fuck no. I think some might argue that Mandalorian season 1 was, I think some people will like it better. I think some Star Wars fans will like it better because it's a little more fun. But me, I'd rather watch Mobland. But no, I would not subscribe to Disney Plus because what's the next fucking Star Wars project? Well, I can tell you, I don't know which one it is, to be honest with you. It's one of these two things. It's Mandalorian and Grogu and Ahsoka, a movie and a show named after people's fucking names. But they liked it. Yeah, very different dynamics from Open Bar and FNT, and that's well, I thought we were an echo chamber. But we can all agree that Mobland rules. Yeah, Star Wars Bob, dude. We could do Star Wars Bobland. Star Wars Bob. The hunt for hey God, I got to get to the soups, but like they're really going to go ahead with this Hunt for Golem movie and try to make it into multiple movies. And our boy Alpha Chad, Feanor Alpha Chad of Middle Earth, like pointed out, like, dude, the Hunt for Golem is Aragorn hunts for Golem, Aragorn captures Golem, Gandalf tortures Golem, Golem escapes Mirkwood when orcs attack Mirkwood. The end. Like, how you fucking make a movie out of? So they're gonna fill it with the Thandril and all the fucking all that shit. It's just gonna be so much bullshit. Yeah, it's fucking pointless movie. It is a pointless fucking movie that should not be made. But if they're gonna do that, then I want the journey of Bill the fucking pony. Okay, Bill the pony. Give me Bill the pony. It's like Homeward Bound, except with a pony in Middle Earth. LOTR Bill. Bill the pony. Let's do it. Oh, they did Tom Bombadil. And they made him like a gay Jedi. JJ, Jesus Davila, Angela Richter, Bob the Lobster have all gifted Nerdrotic memberships. Bob the Lobster, 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Thank you very much. Everybody got to enjoy my riveting watch party of Mobland. We'll be back next Sunday. And depending on, mark this on your calendars because it is just 2 weeks away. A little under 2 weeks away, kids. The premiere of Clarkson's Farm season 4. We will be hitting that as soon as it hits. If it's in the if it comes out late at night, I'll do it Friday morning. I mean, if it hits at like 2 a.m. or whatever the fuck, I don't know what the actual time comes out, so it depends on what the time. But we're gonna do it Friday, either before or after FNT, the 23rd watch party of Clarkson's Farm. That's gonna be a busy week, man. Mission Impossible, Clarkson's Farm. Some of y'all will be watching Lilo and Stitch. I will not be. Clarkson's Farm. Epic Universe, I think, officially opens. I think I heard some people talking about that. So if you're in Florida and you really just want to stand in 10-hour lines and stuff, go for it. I'm going to let the dust settle a little bit, but I want to go so bad. I got to see that Ministry of Magic and that the Universal Monsters and all that. I want to see that. No Scorpions, The Zoo. I read that one. We were talking about metal songs. I saw them perform it not too long ago. Bradman for $19.99 for Warhammer 40K. There are 2 YouTube channels, Craddock and Baltimore's Guide to Warhammer, and the Forgotten Narrator, who has a 3.5-hour timeline of the universe, which is how I got into it. You're welcome. The Forgotten Narrator. There you go. Silver Surfer is Norman Rad. End of story, says Eric K. And you are right. They're doing reshoots. They're doing those reshoots probably to give some more context to Shalabal being Silver Surfer, which will make it worse. Which will actually make it worse. What a fucking dumb move. What a fucking retarded move. Superhero movies are in bad shape, bro. Bad shape. Nobody cares. It's funny. There was like this squabbling over Thunderbolts, and now it's just nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, ouch. We speaking of that, we get a Superman trailer on Wednesday. We're getting a Superman trailer, like a real full Superman trailer on Wednesday. There is some kind of Disney trailer coming out maybe today, maybe tomorrow to compete. My guess is what did they guess on? It can't be Fantastic Four. I'm thinking it'll be like Avatar or something. They need something to compete with Superman. So they could do Avatar or one of their, or Zootopia or whatever the fuck. James Gunn's trailer will be out. We saw the Peacemaker trailer, which is a clear and direct. Chris Gore told me it was. Hang on. Doop, boop, boop, doop, boop. I'll use his exact words. This comes from Chris Gore, not me. Go watch Film Threat. So blame him. Peacemaker season 2 directly connects to Superman. Apparently, Frank Grillo has 2 scenes in Superman. Yes, he does. Rick Flag Sr., who was in Creature Commandos. I like Frank Grillo. Yeah, hashtag super shit. You're right, Mark. Clarkson's Farm will hit you right in the feels, says Oliver Lavery Farage for £2 British. You are correct. It does. It's a great show. Watch it. Garrett's watching now. He's totally into it. It's great. Orion, here's a N-word. Or Orton, here's instead of Horton. Horton, here's a, it says Orton, here's an N-word for $4.99. Hey, Gary, since you lived in San Diego, did you ever listen to Phil Hendry? I've read these. X-Ray Girl, I've read these. Hang on. Hang on a second, folks. Give me a moment. I'm back. All right. A lot of these I read. So I'm just going to have to do this one by one. This will be fun. I have a Marvel Unlimited, and I have mainly, okay, this is from SC615 for $10. Thank you very much, by the way. And Orton, here's an N-word for $4.99. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys out there watching. I have a Marvel Unlimited, and I used to have that, and have mainly read Daredevil and Hulk. What runs or events should I read next? Any X-Men suggestions? I loved Annihilation as well. Nova does Annihilation. Nova does Annihilus dirty, and it's perfect. Yeah, it's such a fucking good. That's one of my favorite modern series. X-Men runs. Yeah, start with 94. Uncanny X-Men 94. Because that's when it stops being Kirby and Lee did it, and then it went into reprints up until 94. It stopped, went into reprints, stopped in 94, and became the Claremont Cockrum Byrne amazing shit that you've read. Shlomi Leaner for $4.99. Speaking of Blue Marvel, what are your thoughts on? Oh, I've already read that one. Hi, Gary. Have you seen The Meteor Man 1993? I have. Not in years. Not in many, many years, but I have seen it. I saw it pretty close to when it came out. Not 93, though. I saw it on like VHS. Lion May Man. Okay, I've read that one. All right, Paranoid Android for $5. It's normie crap, and any real one knows it's, come on now. The good stuff always gets sidelined. It does. Hey, Gary, I was wondering if you ever saw Fix It and Post video where he redid the Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight. If not, big recommend. Well, thank you. Just Blazekin. Just Blazekin for 20. Got to get the name right. Judah for $5. Adding fire changes the chemical makeup. Toast and bread are chemically different. Science. I mean, technically, yes. But like a BLT is a better sandwich if the bread is lightly toasted. As a matter of fact, most sandwiches are better if the bread is lightly toasted. If you're insisting on putting butter on it. Now, butter works on some stuff, but like a fucking piece of white bread with fucking butter on it and then slap a cold piece of fucking lamb. Yuck. Pablo A for $5 Australian. The day Gary watches 1998 Berserk, this will be a big deal to anime fans. I have it. I have a steel box of it. Blood Viper for 10 British pounds. DEI and wokeism are heinous as Nazi eugenics in the 1930s. Thank you guys for making my Friday nights awesome. Gary, I'm looking forward to getting your book. How would I get it signed with the dedication? If you want to dedicate, you can come by someplace where I am, or I guess send it. I do it. But I do a lot of meetups. It depends on you're in the UK. So, I mean, we'll be in the UK soon. But otherwise, send it. We could find a way. We could find a way. Thank you. Thank you. Lord Kamana, 2 for $2. I agree with Ruckus. You need to rotate your slurs. We'll put X-Ray Girl on the slur rotation list. RX Firm for $1.99. Retract my first super chat. Silver Surf her, hail all. That's all good. You don't have to retract. Griff Dizzle for 20. My pushback about criticism of Mon's speech. She was calling out false narratives promoted by the government and their useful idiots, the media, accidentally based. Yeah, they kept the speech very general. Now, for people saying it's like one of the greatest moments in Star Wars and stuff, I didn't find the speech that stirring because it was vague, and it could be applied to a lot of things depending on your point of view, which is kind of what writing's supposed to do. But as far as the speech itself, there's a lot of people who aren't very self-aware. There's a lot of people in Hollywood who think that speech is based and it's what's going on now, while they completely ignored the attack on truth of the past administration, where they jailed people for it. And they still want to run on that narrative. Gary watched Black Lagoon early 2000 Pirates. I know Creature from the Black Lagoon. Wizard Man for $5. Solo Leveling surprised the hell out of me. Best new anime by far. It tells a classic hero story. The main character starts at the bottom and becomes godlike. All right. Disbrew likes it. Dung is fun for $2. If you like claymation movies, watch Mad God. All right. Gurn Raptor for $5. Record of Lotus War is more D&D anime, or Frere and Beyond Journey's End is more Lord of the Rings. Okay. Yeah, somebody was saying there's like a Lord of the Rings one. I'll try them both, though. That sounds kind of fun. Are we still getting Extraction 3? I think so. Well, yeah. Well, I think so. That's not directed by the Russos, right? Isn't it produced by them? Yeah, I think we'll get Extraction 3. The Extraction movies are fun. They're actually fun. I like them. Good anime to watch is Made in the Abyss. Says Dung is fun. Raging Rhino for $7.99. Oi. Question for the panel. You get abducted by aliens and you get a choice of probe. An anal probe or an eye needle probe? Which do you pick? Eye needle. You know why? Because I've had a needle in my eye before. It's already happened. I know what the pain feels like. So I'm gonna say eye, and I know the rest of the panel will say anal probe and enjoy the hell out of it. So also I think I can freely speak for the rest of the panel. Anal probe. Me, put that fucking needle in my eye. You want me to tell that story? It ain't fun. It ain't fun. Yes, I've already been abducted by aliens. No, I had eye surgery. I have a scar that goes all the way down my nose right here because I've told the story before. My tear duct collapsed due to all of my drug use. And it basically gave me conjunctivitis and an infection, and it almost turned into staph, and I almost lost my fucking eye. So they had to drill a fucking hole in my to give me a new tear duct, and it didn't work. They eventually just used angioplasty on the old one that worked. So they drilled a hole in my face for no fucking reason, a tiny hole. It's not like, you know, a big drill. It's like a tiny hole. But the surgery started with a fucking needle going right in the just and I was awake for the whole fucking thing. And I was like holding on to the sides of the chair and just do it, doc, go. Oh, well, I mean, the needle was to so I could like, and that's when the pain, because they did a local or whatever, right? And this is in the 90s, okay? HMO 90s, which is far better fucking health insurance than anything we can get now, because thanks Obama, you dumb motherfucker. But whew, not good. Not good. TJ Jordan, 2 parts for $15 says, so what do the tariffs mean for something like anime in the event they go in full effect? I like collecting movies and shows for my physical media, and anime is very expensive. And how exactly will tariffs help the industry when the main issues are happening inside the US and not outside the US? It is basically the tariffs. The answer is I don't fucking know, and nobody else knows either, because there are more than 1,000 different factors. And within those factors, there are sub-factors and sub-factors and sub-factors to those sub-factors that can apply to tariffs. So, but just as the blanket term, any export coming in could be tariffed. Yes. Does that mean via digital purchase? Does that mean physical media? Don't fucking know. Could be both. Could be both. But the thought of it, and don't think the administration won't try to implement it. They will, and maybe they can focus on like one thing right now. I think they would focus on the movie industry. So I don't know if that branches out to all of entertainment, including television, animated television, or gaming. So there's too many unknowns. But so far as I know, Trump has talked about it twice in a truth post, and then he talked about it outside of a helicopter, right, on his way somewhere, and hasn't talked about it since. But since then, Hollywood's been thinking about stuff, and it's created conversations that have needed to be had for decades. And while Hollywood and the unions have been focusing on Trump and AI, they haven't been really looking out for their people, because Hollywood has been basically breaking up for decades. And now, like, woke Hollywood is broke up. It's not even breaking up. It's broke up. It's broken. So you're getting a massive portion of it is moved to Atlanta. There's like a mini Hollywood in Atlanta. If other states are looking at the UK thing and are just going to match it, and then more people are going to come to Texas and New Mexico and Georgia, where they said they were never going to film again over an abortion bill from 5 years ago. Still filming there. And a bunch of other places and other countries. And that's the way it's going to be. It's going to be broken up, decentralized. I don't think there's anything they can do about it. And I honestly think it's good. I think as far as Trump talking about propaganda, well, the propaganda is coming from fucking Hollywood, dude. Now, if he's saying it's coming to Hollywood through China, yes. If that's what he means, then yes. You could curtail that a bit. And China's going to be less of an issue for entertainment moving forward because they got their own problems right now. Also, I forgot to mention that I kind of want to see Hollywood be dismantled. That's what's happening, not saved. The last 10 years have made me very angry with them. Yes. I mean, they're running around with their pom-poms out, celebrating fucking Thunderbolts, the second lowest opening in Marvel's history. And it had a good hold at the box office, but it had a really fucking shitty first week. So, okay, it ekes out a profit. It makes $10,000. That's your victory? Really? And people are trying to make that movie happen so much. And it's just like, dude, it's not a good movie. It's not a good movie. You know what? If I thought it was a good movie, I'd fucking tell you. And I don't think it's a good movie. But sometimes our opinions won't align. TJ Jordan for $5. Also, I forgot, I meant that part. FF Surfer falls for a dude called Norman Brad. Kaiser Yeager for $5 says, Chairman Mao once offered to give every American male a Chinese wife as part of some trade deal. There's a lot of people who take him up on that. There just is. JB for 50 Swedish krona Eurovision, if you know, back in the day. But that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I've never heard that before. JB for 50 Swedish krona Eurovision offended the far left shit stains since Israel is competing. Oh, so the far left that listen, I got no America first. America first. That is my opinion. War bad. I don't like children and innocent people dying. War is bad. America first. If you're going to fight a war, keep it amongst yourselves. That's the way I feel about it. Work it out. But the far left, who has been calling people Nazis for a long time, don't want the Jews to compete in a show, a TV show that's super gay. Am I getting that right? So the far left people who are calling everybody Nazis don't want the Jews in a TV show. This is a really fucking strange timeline. I just want to know if I'm getting this right. And Eurovision's really fucking gay. So the far left don't want the Jews to compete in a super gay TV show. I think they should be able to compete in the show that's super gay that I won't watch. What up, Gaylord Gary? What's up, gay boys? Laird Poland for £5 British. Can't believe the best comic book movie has never had a sequel. What would that be? Dread? Oh, no, Sin City's had a sequel. What's the best comic book movie? Spider-Man, Superman had a sequel. Spider-Man 2 was a sequel. The best comic book movie has never had a sequel. What do you think he's talking about? Spawn? That's not the best comic book movie. Mystery Men? It's funny, but it's not the best comic book movie. I'm answering the chat if you're listening at home. The Shadow? I like the movie, not the best comic book movie. V for Vendetta? Is that the best comic book movie? It's good. V for Vendetta is fucking good. Watchmen? Well, they don't have sequels. Oh, no, Watchmen has a sequel in the comics. V for Vendetta doesn't. The Rocketeer? I like The Rocketeer. I do. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe Howard the Duck is it. Kick-Ass has a sequel. I do like the Watchmen movie quite a bit. I do, and I love the Rocketeer. That needs a 4K, man. God, that needs a 4K. I would say it's not my favorite comic book movie, but I will say the best. It's Morbius, of course. God damn it, that's what you were talking about. See, it's settled. The science is settled, everybody. The Rock-a-Who? The what? Lady Wendelin. The Rocketeer. Do yourself a favor. It's probably streaming out there. It's directed by a Spielberg protege named Joe Johnston. He did Captain America: First Avenger. The Rocketeer is a pulp hero created by Dave Stevens, and some of the best art in the world. Hang on. I think I can just go. I think I have some somewhat within arm length. Give me just a second. It's on my rack. These are clips. I feel like I'm missing one here. Hang on. Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. All right. God, I hope I remember where I put these. I had them in a specific location. All right. You know, a fucking dork when somebody goes, the Rock-a-Who? And like, this is, listen, Lady Wendell, you are more than welcome here. And it's good to ask these questions because, like, and fucking nerd like me will. So, this is technically the back cover of the Rocketeer's first appearance because, and I'll open this. All right. And you will see like some of the most beautiful art you've ever seen. Okay. Because technically, he premiered in Pacific Coast Comics, PC Comics, which came from San Diego. But he made his first appearance. Look at this art. Look at this art. Hang on. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-boop. So it's a little backup story with his origin. Some of the best art ever put to comic books. The late, great Dave Stevens. There is a documentary about him that you can go watch that's quite good. Oh, wait. I need to put that back cover backwards so you get to see that. He based... So here's more. Yes, that's supposed to look like Betty Page. He was obsessed with Betty Page. These are all, so this is Pacific Comics. This is Eclipse Comics, which eventually kind of melds with Dark Horse, right? We have Comico. If anybody remembers Comico. Look at this shit. That's right. There is a book out there that is the complete, like, Dave Stevens Rocketeer that you can get on eBay. I think it's still available. Might be available at your local comic store. Here is the movie adaptation. Yeah, big old American flag right there, baby. Yeah. One of the best. One of the best. Yep. I just have that shit laid around here. This is one of my favorite things in the world. This is one of my favorite things in the world. Jennifer Connelly's in The Rocketeer. That should be enough. But thank you for asking and giving me the opportunity to show those off. I appreciate it. Luke, who looks more miserable in Andor? The rebel waif because she's a lesbian, or Deidre because she wishes she was one? The rebel waif, the waif from Game of Thrones. Should Universal or Sony buy Marvel? They can't afford it. I would probably say Universal over Sony. I know like people think Sony have done a good job with Spider-Man. I would say that's hit and miss, to be fucking completely real with you. I think they did Sam Raimi fucking dirty back in the day. But I do like No Way Home, mostly because of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, but I think it's the best. I'm not a fan of there's parts of Homecoming I can like. Far From Home I don't like at all. Heroine of Hyrule for $10 live. Live in California. I don't know if it's live in California or live in California. Had to join a union for a job or no job. Took money from my paychecks. No option to opt out. 5 years later, when I quit the job, the union charged me $129 for quitting. California unions are shit. Yep, they're absolute fucking shit. And entertainment unions are not even fucking needed anymore. As a matter of fact, there is now real data that they are preventing their industry from growing. Real fucking data out there that they're preventing their, maybe should I make a video on that? Should I make a video calling out unions? Entertainment unions? Well, it's the extra set of so you have state regulations, you have corporate regulations, and you have union regulations. You got a lot of regulations out there. Those regulations. All right. Like, if they want to exist and actually serve their union members and not keep people from getting fucking jobs and keep productions from happening, okay. I'm not like in love with them as a concept, but like, if they're not getting in the way of progress, that's fine. But they are literally, their whole job is to get in the way of progress. Their whole job is to gatekeep. And the problem is now that your industry is just fucking stagnant. I mean, just look at the year of fucking movies that we've gotten. It's been shit. There's been a couple of hits, but one of them is not a good movie. Minecraft. It got memed. It was such a Gen Z movie. It got memed and super popular for like a week, and then like it was well on its way to $1 billion, and now it might not make it. Sinners, which I mean is uniquely an American movie. It's an American movie. Some people will say it's a black movie. It's actually an American movie, but whatever. About black people in the 30s. Not going to sell very well. Not going to sell very well internationally. That's doing well here. Thunderbolts is not doing well. That'd be hilarious if Sinners beats it next week. I don't think it will, but what's coming out next week? Final Destination? Have you seen the Final Destination billboards? Those are fucking funny. My God, the promotion for Final Destination, whatever the fuck it is, fucking 10 out of 10. It's been good. Like on a bus, they have the logs. And then on a billboard, there's like a couple of dead guys hanging there with like his head fucking splattered. And I'm like, that is good. Fake news. Thunderbolts is doing amazing. It's doing better than the Marvels. I think it's still slightly behind Captain African American and probably tracking with the Eternals. And I think it could make a little more money than Captain African American. It's still not good. Mission Impossible. Yeah, I don't know if Mission Impossible. Ryan brought it up on FNT, but like fucking the budget for this thing is split into two because they filmed it back to back, but then they went in and heavily re-edited a bunch of shit, and it's like this is an expensive movie. I don't know how well it does, but I'm there opening fucking day. That's all I got to say. I am there opening fucking day. But it's been a horrible fucking year, and we're like damn near like we're 4 months in. We're through a quarter. Well through a quarter, into the second quarter. And summer really doesn't start for 10 more days, right? But Mission Impossible with Lilo and Stitch will be great for the theaters. Be fucking fantastic for the theaters. And I think Lilo and Stitch probably does really well. Not going to see the movie. Don't really give a fuck. I watched the original and I liked it when my kids were little. And yeah, they really liked it. They dug the movie, and I thought it was pretty good. I thought I liked it. Yeah, I didn't want to scratch my fucking eyes out because when my kids were little, I watched every computer generated animated fucking movie there was. And there was a point where I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. But then occasionally you get like a gem, like Box Trolls, which is really fun. Yeah, it should be a big Memorial Day weekend, like for sure. Absolutely huge. And I've already got my tickets to go see Mission Impossible. Got them a while ago. Got them as soon as you can get them. And Tom Cruise is going to be in Texas. Maybe I'll see him. Maybe I'll see him. Maybe I won't. You never know. Slogan, Hollywood slogan, die by 29. It won't be fine in 29. We need to like get that to rhyme a little bit. Everything will be fine by 29. Get Tom on FNT. Sure. Texas is pretty big, Brackish, but he said he's coming to San Antonio specifically. He's going to San Antonio and then to Dallas. Tom Cruise, when that crazy Scientologist is like the one guy keeping Hollywood together. I love that part in his video. I'm gonna go grab some. He's all, we're gonna go to Dallas and I'm gonna grab some delicious barbecue. And like, dude, the barbecue here is pretty fucking good, man. You guys did not you did not overhype. I'm not one of those guys like fucking Texas barbecue's overrated. It's fucking good. It is so good. I want some right now. It is so good. Yeah, Tom knows how to market. Mr. Cruz, what are your opinion on the Trump tariffs? He's like, we're here to talk about the movie. The end. That's how you do it. The problem is there used to be agents who were media trained. And they would train their clients to be media trained. But then the agents got more powerful. And then the DEI woke agenda bled into the agencies, because where else would you spread influence by the agencies? And somewhere along the line, actors started questioning who was working for who. Your agent is supposed to work for you. But the sad reality is they don't. Ask Gina. Ask Gina how fucking good, what good did an agent do Gina during her completely accurate post that she put up? Oh, they dropped her. Where was her union? All the actors who were not allowed to act because they didn't want to take experimental vaccine. Like that is the, if you want a reason for a union to exist, that's probably the first real reason you've had for an entertainment union to exist in decades. And what did they do? Nothing. Bent the knee. Absolutely fucking nothing. And like, that would have been the one time I would have gone, and I was at the time when it was happening. I'm like, where the fuck are you? Why aren't you protecting your people right now? And there was even hints. I remember Fran Drescher, before she sounded like a complete retard during the strikes, she was actually going, it felt like she was going that way. And then something stopped her. The machine, I'm guessing. If you guys remember, Fran Drescher came out with a couple of videos that were semi-based about like taking the vaccine, basically saying, well, it should be your choice. It shouldn't affect your livelihood. You know, real common sense shit. And then somebody probably got to buy some fucking Pfizer dude who also works within the entertainment industry. Trump today would talk about how many fucking lobbyists there are. There is a fucking drug lobbyist for every senator and congressman, sometimes 2 or 3 for every senator and congressman. Fuck that shit. So somebody got to her and she just shut up after that. So, yeah. Alien Blue for 20 New Zealand pesos. That was a horrible New Zealand accent. I should just do everything Irish. Hail, to undermine unions, you need money to be fully independent and to hire muscle to protect yourself. That's what it always comes down to. Yes, I was talking about it Friday and I kind of glossed about it, but maybe I'll put it in the video because it just doesn't get, like, because the strikes have died down. It just doesn't get talked about enough, but there are current trials going on in the WGA. There are fucking trials going on for people who were not COVID compliant or strike compliant. No, strike compliant. They censured one guy and removed it for a fucking meme or something like that, which is good. But right now they're kicking people out of the unions because they didn't fully comply during the strike. And these are like independent guys who got no fucking money. And they're being kicked out and they're being put on fucking trial. No, and did you hear some of the like rhetoric on the fucking picket line? And they were like little actors, little adult pretenders talking like they're in the fucking mafia and making threats and shit. No, it needs to be broken up. It does need to be independent. And I think, entertainment will benefit from decentralization. And I think as things become less expensive, technology becomes less expensive. I mean, we get another boom. That's what happens. But the boom will be independent and it won't be I don't think it'll be as blockbuster driven, which will make it a little more regional, if that makes sense. But you've noticed that I know how some people feel about Taylor Sheridan, and I think in some areas he's incredibly based. I don't think he's a fan of Trump, but I think he's also pragmatic and understands like the bullshit from Hollywood. And he certainly had a great quote on Joe Rogan saying stuff that we've said forever is he said essentially he called out the critics for liking stuff that they politically align with, knowing it's shit, because they just want to like it that they politically align with, because they politically align with it. And that's something I've been saying for years and years and years and years. And that's why the critics are useless. For instance, I don't give a fuck who wrote The Eternaut. The Eternaut was written by a Catholic communist who was murdered by a dictator. Well, they never found his body. He was disappeared. He was rounded up because he was part of some communist resistance in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s Argentina, which had a dictator. Don't know what the fucking politics were at all. But yeah, he got rounded up and never came home. But I like the show. I like the fucking show. Thought it was good. You know, and that shouldn't factor. Tom Cruise's Scientology now, I think he's learned his lesson. Scientology now does not, his politics, I don't know what the fuck they are. Tom Cruise could fucking support Trump for all I know, or fucking hate him. I don't fucking know. And I don't care. And I don't want to know. I don't give a shit what an adult pretender thinks about the fucking world. I don't. They don't have the best perspective. I don't need to be moralized by people who live in a den of debauchery, who fuck people over, get married 5 fucking times, and trans their kids. These are the last motherfuckers I want to hear about mental health issues or addiction issues, anything. Unless you've come out of it. If you come out of that hellhole sober, then you are a sober warrior. But man, that is far and few between. Like Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses, sober dude. That's a guy you should probably listen to. A guy who can make it out of that sober, that's a guy I'm going to listen to. But most of them are fucking lost. I mean, like, Clay Travis brought it up, but I've brought it up before him, and so have many of you. Somebody needs to do the math on transmission kids in Hollywood, because it's statistically impossible. It's impossible. Like, everybody's got some kind of non-binary, trans, freaking gay, like, child. And I'm not talking like, you know, Robert De Niro's kid. If he's an adult, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't care. But we're talking like 10 years old. Megan Fox, Charlize Theron adopts kids to transmission them. The kid's probably running from her in Africa. They're fucking starving to death. They see Charlize Theron coming. They're all, fuck no. Get me the fuck away from her. It's sick. It's sick. So it needs to be broken up. I think it needs to be broken up. I still like entertainment. I love good TV shows. I like actors. When they're adult, they can be as freaky as they want. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. And I doubt most of you do either. We can roll their eyes at him as adults and go, oh, yeah, well, he's going to go insane. He's going to drink himself to death. Don't want that to happen. But Jesus Christ, when they started thinking they were influential, man. And last year, they took it in the shorts. They found out how influential they were, which was not at all. Not at all. But yeah, we're still going to have to deal with woke Hollywood, unfortunately, for a while. And it's never going to be truly dead. Like many have said, Kirsha, think before you sleep. Me. I think Arch. I think Comics Division. A lot of people have said they're going to regroup. They're going to rename. By the way, shout out to Kirsha. I don't know what she's. I didn't totally understand because listen, not that big in that world as far as watching it. I the cut of her jib though I like. She's easily, well, her and Gundam are my favorite. I guess Gundam's a VTuber technically, so they're my favorite VTubers. But she It's like somebody's trying to go after her sponsors or something like that again. It's like, fuck off. Somebody was bitching about Gamer Subs. Gamer Subs to send me some shit. Hang on. They sponsor all the gaming live streams that I don't do. But here's Raw Meat, GG Energy from Gamer Subs. This is completely free. I'm not getting paid for any of this. I'm just doing this because I think some dumb fuck was gonna like dump Gamer Subs because of Kirsha. Fuck that. Calling it dogging is Islamophobic, says Brightest Day. Corn Pop's a bad dude for $1.99. Thank you. Thank you. Hail panel, Shad. Please check out Dritz versus Artemis. Artemis. Take 1 and 2 from the Amalgam Sword Company. 2 very short videos with great dual versus dual sword play. Would love to hear your take on it. I will note that. X-Ray Girl, if you're out there. Pass that on the Shad so he can give you he'll probably give you a tome answer to that. God bless him. That's no way to treat my trout, says Christopher Hughes. That's not how you treat a man's trout. That's from Mobland. Gary, you're always talking about fasting. I lost 40 pounds in 2018 due to the 18/6 fast. Crept back in the 7 years since. Which fast do you do? I guess it's my fast. So I pretty much, all right, this works for me. I guess I look okay for 55. All right. I'm in decent shape. I can run. Pretty fast. Got some injuries, so never pitching with my left arm again. But I never pitched anyway. My fast is intermittent, but I'm always doing it. So every 3 months, I basically don't eat for 3 days. And I just do a liquid smoothie fast with Core Restore, which is basically a liver cleanse. It's a liver cleanse. It's a cleanse. Cleans out all your tubes and your filters. It's like getting a tune-up. It's getting a body tune-up. I greatly reduced. It's not 100%, but it's like 95%. Bread, sugar, and any kind of like noodles or anything. I eat meat and vegetables most of the time. Like my go-to is I get some grass-fed ground beef that's 7% lean. I chop up a bunch of onions. I put it in a pan. I cook it. I chop up a cucumber, make some cucumber salad. It's very Asian with a little rice vinegar and some pepper. And that's my meal with water. But I also, of late, I walk 5 miles a day, just to get outside. It's great, but it works. And I'm doing that pretty much all the time. And then, every few days I'll fucking buy a cheeseburger because I work out and I eat pretty healthy, but, I'll get a burger. God, I hate to admit, I still don't think it's better than In-N-Out, but the Culver's Pub Burger is pretty good. Pretty good. That's my I cheat. It's like once every few days I mix in like a burger, but most of the time I'm eating next to nothing. And then I don't eat most of the day. I eat when I get hungry. 5 miles a day. Yes. I go on a 5 miles a day suburban hike. I do. Throw on a podcast. I listen to Joe Rogan and Hal Puthoff. Fucking, that was a great one. Holy shit. That was so good. They talked about remote viewing, 0 point energy, ufology, and Hal Puthoff has been on the inside forever. it's a great conversation. But yeah, or listen to Geeks and Gamers Daily or Adrienne Curry. She's on pretty early in the morning, so I listen to an Avon lady talk, but she's a based Avon lady, so it's cool. I just kind of tune out when she's talking about like moisturizing and stuff. Adrienne Curry's cool as fuck. You should go watch. She streams on X and here in the morning. Yes, I lift. Yes, I have a bench at home and I have a gym. I do lift. I'm not like muscly. I'm not skinny either. I'm old man strong. I will smack a bitch up, but only with my right hand because my left arm basically doesn't work anymore. But again, old injuries. But I kind of keep it going all the time. I don't just like, I'm going to fast for a month and then go back to my old habits. It's like, no, this is how I eat forever. Had my fun. I'm 55. And when you're this old, like food does affect how you feel, like 100%. And like reducing salt and sugar, I feel 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. These are things I've just learned on the way. It's very important for recovery because like anything can trigger relapse, anything, including feeling like shit all the time because of what we eat. At least for me. So did they have a base in Dantooine? Oh, you know what? Did Dantooine get brought up in Andor? I don't know. But that was the fake base. Right? That's the fake base. But maybe there was actual, there was an older base. But maybe they did bring it up and I don't remember. Mr. Big Morg for $9.99. What about the other Peacemaker at the end? You didn't finish the trailer. I demand more James Gunn maker footage. Love you all, my fellow nerds. Yeah, we didn't finish the trailer and we had to cut it out because it's fucking gay ass fucking Warner Brothers. So at the end of the Peacemaker trailer, he is confronted by another Peacemaker. Now, if you watch Peacemaker season, how many people here saw Peacemaker season 1? Show of hands. I'm guessing it's not a lot. Yeah, lots of fruit, by the way. You said no fruit. Yes, I didn't mention that, but yes, blueberries, apples, but mainly superfood, like blueberry, lots of blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, lots of that stuff. So yes, so a lot of people, nope. Yeah. No. So you remember in season 1, there was like his dad had that like pocket universe thing going. So I'm thinking they're going to do multiverse. I think there's going to be a Peacemaker that goes from one universe to the other. Chris told me it leads directly into Superman. So in what aspect? Don't know. I just love how they always get him in his fucking tidy whities because that's like, oh, it's a thing now. Marketing. John Cena and his tidy whities. I did not like the first one. I did not like Peacemaker season 1. I liked him in the Suicide Squad, and I think they just undid it with that fucking show. Ironically, Isabella was my choice for Jessica Cruz. Oh, DEI Green Lantern. That shit was going on early on. Latina Green Lantern. Yep, that shit was going on even back then, brightest day. Creeping in. Let's talk about Jessica Cruz. Corn pop for $1.99. Penetrated with plastic use. Okay. You're a bad dude. Well, Disney can't even keep their own canon straight. This is true. They changed K2SO's backstory from the comic book they released. Sorry if you spent your money. Raging Rhino. You know what? There is no world, not even back then, where I would buy a back for Rogue One. Okay. So Chuck Wendig's fucking story about, do I still have it on Audible? I was about to say, there's no fucking world where I'm buying a comic that's a backup adventure to even Rogue One. I liked Rogue One. Like, there's a review on this channel. I'm in a fucking hotel room. I just got back from a Charger game. I think they were playing the Raiders or something like that. And I'm like, I liked it. Yeah. And I really liked it because Darth Vader scene at the end. Yeah, I don't care. There's no world where I'm buying a fucking comic book to read like the backup to that. But I did buy prior to A Force Awakens. I got, and this is before I knew what the fuck was going on, at least in the Star Wars. Do I still have this book? I'm trying to search my library, not the whole fucking thing, asshat. There we go. Oh, I gotta spell it right. God damn it. What's the name of the stupid fucking book? Dude, the search function on fucking Audible's retarded. Come on. Whatever. The Chuck Wendig book that came out before The Force Awakens. I read that and it was fucking retarded. I'm like, the one featuring Wedge, you know? Wedge's little adventure. Aftermath. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's on my Audible somewhere, but the search function only looks there for their store. Yeah, Chuck Wendig's Aftermath. So I picked up Aftermath and I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this Star Wars thing. And I remember calling my friend. I'm like, I know who bought it too. And I'm like, this book sucks. He's like, yep. And I'm like, God, this is written fucking horribly. And then remember Wendig was all out there fucking talking shit all over the place. And then we haven't heard a fucking thing out of that retard. He had TDS he had early onset TDS. Chucky Wendig. On the waterfront, you don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a transgender. I could have been somebody instead of a cis male, which is what I am. Let's face it. It was you, Charlie. Says if Az wrote the classics for $20. If Marlon Brando were alive today, he would transition because that guy was a fucking psycho. Great actor. But he would have chopped off his dick by now. 100%. 100%. He was fucking nuts. Go ask his kids. Oh, you can't because a couple of them are dead. Southeastern Kaiju for $2. Nice to see the quartering on the show. Is he? Wait, I have to do my quartering impression. Oh, that's right. It was Az. So do the quartering impression. Wait, I gotta get down here. Gotta get way down here. Hey guys. Wait. Hey, guys. It's the quartering. Coffee brand coffee. I like Jeremy. Go buy some coffee brand coffee. Double speed. Long live the Star Wars expanded universe. I agree. But unfortunately, you can't say that because it's dead. They killed it. But it's not dead to you. It's not dead to you. The only reason to keep Disney Star Wars around is to watch Mr. Grizzy and Darth Melvin roast the shills. Mr. Grizzy's great. I like Darth Melvin too. No one tell Gary about Lego Jedi Bob. I already know. Screw Andor, antithesis of real Star Wars Empire for the win. Chad Admiral Thrawn. I'm actually rooting for the Empire and Andor, to be honest with you. And I know they come out on top at the end. So there you go. I'm going to get what I want. Judah for $2. Does Disney have any original movie or show? That is a good question. I don't know about show. Because they've inherited a lot of Fox stuff. So they're saying that's their original. Like the Bear. They're calling the Bear is ours and Shogun is ours. And that was all like, that's all Fox stuff. Ironheart's derivative. But like Zootopia, it's a sequel, but that's theirs, right? That's completely theirs. That's from their Disney animation. So there's Zootopia. But you're talking about like original, like this is the first time we ever made this story. We're not remaking one of our own things, or is Zootopia Pixar or Disney animation? Tron. Tron is Disney's, but it's a sequel. But I will count Tron. Tron Ares, which had a good trailer. Okay. It's a good trailer. Tron Legacy. Oh, dude. I got this free with my my Tron Legacy light cycle. Little Jeff Bridges action there. Right there. I fucking love Tron Legacy. I know Robert doesn't. I love it. I love Tron. And I think at least with Ares, they're going to come out with 4K editions of both. Yeah, dude, Daft Punk, one of the greatest soundtracks ever made. It's so good on vinyl, too. If you have an Atmos. Jeff Bridges Fighting Monk. Yeah, well, I got it for free. I got the light cycle 1/6 scale, and the guy threw it in for free. And I'm like, sure, I'll take a Jeff Bridges, because you know what I could eventually do? I can make that a lot of things. I could make it a True Grit. I could make it a lot of things. I can make that a Lebowski. You never know. Yeah, Nine Inch Nails. I mean, Nine Inch Nails. I like Nine Inch Nails. I know some people don't, but free is free, baby. Free is free. Damn straight. Az, have you watched Mobland yet? Az, have you watched Mobland yet? Az, answer me on WhatsApp. Oh, what? He's probably fucking streaming. Let me see. Let's go. Oh, he's not. Jesus, I'm a little shocked. Joseph Donnelly for $9.99. Disney has deep state pockets and Blackstone and Vanguard and the like. That is true. In the trillions, won't ever step their woke globalist agenda and cultural desecration, no matter if they have 100 flops. Mike Barra 3. What's up? Hey guys, Nerdrotic rocks. You do. Hey, what's up, Mike Barra? That's Mike Barra from Ancient Aliens, yo. Justin Tripped Guy 23 Martin for $5 says, I got to watch the OT and the prequels machete style with my foreign wife. Her first time watching, it was magical to see her reaction to the ending. Oh, that's great. God, that first time's always awesome to watch people digging it. What do you think of modeling Andor and the events of season 1 and 2 off young Joseph Stalin's life? Oh, you're getting too close there, WG. GraphWeb for $2 says hashtag cancel Disney Plus motherfuckers. I added the motherfuckers, but that's what he means. Look up Darth Vader said what on YouTube? Do the Gormans travel in pairs and knock on your door? Maybe. Mighty Balzac. Hello and cheers from Finland, sitting in a pub in Vasa and drinking beer and some whiskey, listening to you from a left earphone. Hail the fellowship. Ah, international. Let's go. Hail Finland, by the way. You know, the guitar player in my old band was from Finland. His name was Posse. Man of few words. Man of very few words. Griff Nizzle for $2. One thing that doesn't make sense to me, if Imps had plant in Bale's extraction team, why didn't they, or if the Empire had plants in Bale's extraction team, why didn't they just immediately wrap him up afterwards? Why still leave him a semi-free agent? I don't know. It was just one. Maybe we'll find out. That's one of those open things that they haven't quite answered yet. T.S. Eliot for $10. Shameless plug. I just started a channel for stuff like this. Still learning editing and how to avoid copyright. So sorry for lack of eye candy visuals. Unpopular opinion writers room Andor season 2. And that's T.C. Eliot. Did I say T.S. Eliot? It's T.C. Eliot. So glad you all didn't like the latest episode of Andor. Been seeing critics saying it's amazing. Do you think many critics have had denied cookies for so long? When they get crumbs, they think it's good. I think your mileage may vary. Jedi Femtos, search your feelings, Jedi. Appreciate this gay and lame. Jedi Femtos. Your resistance leads to the toxic masculinity. Open your feelings, young ones. Jedi Apprentice. This is really gay and lame. Says Deadpool Kid for $20. Thank you. Noob Shaba for $9.99. As Black Man, I will only watch the new Harry Potter series if Harry in episode 1 says the most powerful spell known to man is William Weiger kill the knee. Oh boy. Get me in trouble. Deadpool Kid for $5. You be Black Harry Potter. House Blood versus House Crypt. 13% of the dark sorcerers committing 43% of the curses. They should have done a whiz version of Harry Potter, make it 100% black people. You're right, Eric. You're right. Corn Pop for $1.99. $1.99 Osardos. And I don't even know what that says, Corn Pop. Maybe back away on the booze a little bit, just a little. A Zeitgeist Ruminator for £5 proper money. I don't know what all the fuss is about over the rape situation at Andor. After all, Disney's been raping Star Wars for years, but I'm enjoying season 2. There you go. For Tato Prize for $10 says Shad and Arch look like when two players try to pick the same character. They are. It's the same picture. Albert Not a Retro for 5 Canadian pesos. What's the over under on which princesses will get trapped first for showing their hair? I don't know. Oh, in Abu Dhabi? Well, Rapunzel, right? New Avengers flopped. Biggest Monday to Tuesday box office jump in MCU ever and has reached 100 million domestically already. That's not a flop, said Sharp, $4.99. Yeah, we don't know if it's a flop yet. We do not know if it's a flop yet. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a flop. Not yet. But it could be. What it won't be is a runaway hit. What it isn't is a hit. So what we're arguing over is breaking even. Is that what we're arguing over? Did we just praise the retarded puppy for not shitting on the carpet or having a diarrhea? It had like a solid poop. Is that what we're arguing over? Have things gotten that bad? Yes, they have. Yes, they have. You know, when I and this is fandom, so I completely understand this. I understand you want to root for the movie. You want to root for the movie that you like, and that's fine. The best movie I have seen in theaters this year, the best movie, is the biggest flop of the year. It is also the best movie I've seen in theaters. I think it was horribly marketed. I think it's got a concept that people just went, huh? Like when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to watch this so I can roast the fuck out of it and make a video. And I walked out of the movie going, that was really fucking good. And it's called Better Man. And it's about an English pop star who I know all of one song, one fucking song. But it's about addiction. It's about growing up young and famous, getting addicted to drugs, almost killing yourself and surviving that and getting through that and getting sober. It's a good fucking story. And yes, he's a monkey. But you actually forget about it, and the effects are done by Weta. So they're not shit. And it is filled with like British boy band pop music, like music I don't generally like. And it's the best movie I've seen in the theaters this year. And it lost a shit ton of money. But I understand people want to root for the movie. But what we're arguing over with Thunderbolts is it going to eke out a profit, which is not why you don't spend $200 million to make 10,000. It's not good business. It's not good business. So, hard to say it's a flop yet. I was just by the numbers. Solid hold due to after the second lowest premiere in Marvel history, and I definitely think there's a possibility it can make more than Captain African American, a little bit more. Yeah, it still needs to pull in like five, and I'm being nice here. 500 million to break even for a Marvel movie that they now call an Avengers movie. But I mean, like maybe it fucking just legs out the entire summer. That could happen too. Like there is nothing out there to compete with it. It is shit. It is bad. Quite frankly, streaming is better. Again, streaming is better. There's 2 shows out right now that you can watch that are better than the fucking Thunderbolts, that are better than fucking Andor. Mobland, Eternaut. They'll throw the gays off a castle roof, says Albert Not a Retro for $2. Zodlander for 100 Swedish krona. My cousin is forcing me to watch Thundervengers, Fantastic Four, and Superman. I said no. Then he said he was paying, and I was still hesitating. He said he doesn't want to go alone, and I sighed and said, okay. Yeah, I'll always like go to movies just because I do. But I'm telling you, like, we're going to get better streaming shows this year. We just are than movies for the most part. For the movies. It's hard to fathom how AI can turn Civil War photos into moving color films. Yeah, that's crazy. Wonder Woman 84 should have ended Pedro's career. No, but then he called half the country Confederates and Nazis and got every role known to man. TJ Crink for $2 says, I'm tired of seeing Vampire Eddie and everything. Jim Reaper for $4.99. Where's Sharon Carter? Oh, wait. Who's Sharon Carter? Homework. Exactly. David Matrox for $9.99. Breaking from the normal superhero / fantasy love. Happy 80th anniversary to Thomas To the Thomas franchise, with the Lost pilot dropping on YouTube, a win for fans everywhere. Darth Gavel for $5. Can we please crown Henry Cavill as dictator of Hollywood? Rebuild it from the ground up. Maybe. He certainly has the best attitude towards fans. Him and Tom Cruise. How long till Disney Marvel team up Moon Knight and Sentry to try and artificially bring in DC fans? I don't know. The X-Men are, you mean Superman and Batman? Superman and Batman. Well, they didn't make the Batman version of Moon Knight. They made the fucking, now they can team up and they can be just sad and depressed together. Which is part of the Sentry character, but like there's so much more to the story. The X-Men are going to defeat Magneto by giving him a hug. Yep. Fan Y for 100 Swedish krona. Give me a superhero movie without the political woke shit. We all know they don't need 300 million to make a good one. They will never learn until Disney is in debt. You're right. Has anyone seen a Norwegian movie, Slip Jimmy? No, I have not, Vulture. Is it good? Mummy Ryan for $199 for $4.99. Mummy 9 $199 for $4.99. Mummy Ryan $199 for $4.99. If New York City wanted to raise awareness of type 2 diabetes, why didn't they just put up a statue of Wilford Brimley? Wait, sickle cell awareness. Gotcha. Commander Cody for $10. Did Ryan get a big prosthetic forehead to wear on his real head? FNT. They might be giants. Andre fell for $5. One thumb Jimmy was here. Ooh. Thunderbolts Tuesday bump is probably because of a discount days at the theaters. Why pay full money for the weekend hassle, even when the movie is good? I mean, there's people who just religiously go to the Tuesday thing. Silver Surf Her says RX Firm. Snacks for $5. If you get the chance, watch Peter Pan Goes Wrong. The guy who plays Peter Pan looks like Disparu. Arch, are Warhammer Fantasy halflings the same as Tolkien's halflings? Or do they act differently? It's a good question. Chat will probably answer. I am so sick of Marvel. It seems like a lot of people are, because it's pretty apathetic, dude. It's pretty, we just don't give a fuck anymore. I mean, it was bound to happen, but it didn't have to happen to this extent and this soon. Ryan, have you told Dan he looks like a retard for flipping the selector switch instead of chambering around? As a Marine, it drives me crazy every time, says Adam Atomic Zam for $5. Gaming Hub UK for £2 Can't wait for Godzilla Kong Supernova. Yeah, I saw the teaser. Those movies are ridiculous. I can't wait for Godzilla Zero. Is it going to be Zero? We're at -1, so it should be Godzilla 0. Whatever. Can't wait. Ray Gonzalez for $2. Oh, God, Shad is multiplying. God save us. Hope the reshoot Nora Rad is Silver Surfer. Yeah, I hope they do too. Thumbs up 1981. Thank you for the $1.99. Gary, do you like fish sticks? Says Green Blossom for £2. And custard? I know what you're talking about. I know what you're trying to lure me into. I don't eat seafood. The only seafood I will eat, I hate it all except for I'll eat British fish and chips. I'll eat that. But it's not my go-to. So no, I don't. I don't like fish. I don't like bugs from the sea. None of that shit. It smells disgusting. Don't talk back for $5. Give us reviews of the song, everyone. Well, okay. Well, we did do a reaction to the Kanye song before we got on. So I'll tell you what happened. So we're talking about the Kanye song, and I say, like, we can't fucking bring it up because everybody will be dropping, N-bombs or whatever. Let's just not do that. Right. Because we're not doing a Rumble Hour. So I would have reacted to it on the Rumble Hour for sure, but we didn't have it. So Ryan pulls up the video of the Sonic 3 dancing that somebody put to the song. And we're listening to the song and we're fucking cracking up. And then Ryan goes, wait, I guarantee you this dance move will form a swastika. And it did. And we were dying. We were fucking dying. So the two bad guys from Sonic are doing their little. So there's a part where they come together and they're forming their hands like this. They're going, and holy shit. Ryan paused it at the perfect time. We were fucking dying. And it seriously was the best moment of FNT that you never saw, that you will never see. We weren't recording or anything. Holy shit. Then that Perry intro. Oh, you guys are just still going off on your fucking sushi is disgusting. Okay. It's like eating cold, dead flesh. Ocean bugs are terrible. Fish fillet. No, I don't touch a fish fillet. No. Jake Skywalker for $4.99. Not to overreact, but Oblivion Shadow dropping is the coolest thing that's happened in gaming in like 10 years or something. Hail FNT. Good for you. Be excited. Ryan for 20 euros says, Andor makes sense now after the last 3 episodes. Without the buildup and the careful establishment of characters, then none of it would work. Brilliant. My skepticism is washed away. There you go. It certainly paid off a lot of things for me. It did. Not everything, though. Shiloh H can be the next Miss Butterworth of your brand, says Panic in Skyfaller. Maybe. Existential Detections has donated $30 and walks away and says nothing. Thank you. Heartbreak Ridge for $2. Pineapple, jalapenos, and ham does belong on pizza. Yes, it fucking does. Thank you for being right. Thank you for being on the side of freedom of choice, freedom of expression, and freedom to eat whatever the fuck you want. All those authoritarians who don't want you to put pineapple or jalapenos and ham on your pizza, fuck them. Dude launch Mean Green. There you go. Or has donated $1. Vafungul Ubishu. Magnum Norris for $20. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Man buns are gay. Says Scottish Ringer for £2 Snacks in 2 parts for $15. Anyone looking for a new TTRPG? I recommend Under a Hostile Sun, a D&D-esque game with the focus of space exploration, resource gathering, and puzzle solving. Not woke Wizards of the Coast, just an up-and-coming developer trying to make fun game. Thanks for listening. Not an ethnically sourced game. Thank you. Net Stealer for $5. Let's get this over with. Why would 100 men need to fight a gorilla when the woman are already in the woods with the bear? Sammy's ready, boys. Hail FNT. Hail. Nicholas Gore for $2 says hail. Thank you, Nicholas Gore. SP of the North for $4.99. $5 says Gary can't pronounce Fut Buckery in the Butter Factory in one shot. I already read that. One. Gary, I know everyone recommends Horus Heresy, but the Ultramarine Omnibus never seems to get much love. I think you'll enjoy the epic read. Mopo for €11.99. Ivan Ortega is hating you guys. Why? No idea. Don't be hasty for $10. At this point, I think you could skip the first 3 episodes of Andor season 2 and miss very little. I've enjoyed it more as it's gotten further into the season, but the first 3 were a mistake. They definitely were the worst of the season, for sure. TJ Jordan for $5 on the subject of prequels. You guys had a while back. I don't believe they are inherently bad or terrible idea. They're just a bit harder to do. It was a massive, they're incredibly hard to do. What George took on was incredibly difficult. I mean, galaxy spanning political intrigue, fall from grace, Greek tragedy, lots of huge concept in there that were just executed poorly. And we didn't need to see fucking baby Darth Vader. Okay. We just didn't. Good lightsaber duel in Phantom Menace. Good lightsaber duel. That's all I give a shit about. The trade war and the trade federation were kind of clowns. I mean, like, and I know they're being manipulated, but like, they were just kind of clowns. Asian clowns too. Yeah, just not my thing, man. Not my thing. TJ Jordan for $5 on the subject of the prequels. You guys had, well, I read that one. Okay. Last one. You know who else likes butter? Neil Gaiman. That's true. And Hitler. Did I read the Scarlet Spider run in Spider-Man? Yes, I've read all the runs. Even when they made him go to Houston, right? Later on. Yeah, I like Scarlet Spider. I have a 1/6 scale Scarlet Spider. You can't see him, but he's right there. It's right there from the Vigi game. Really fucking looks good. I did. Brett Lifers is a new member. Thank you. Or is it Lifers? Lifers. Rowan S has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Thank you. Ryan has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Thank you. Why are geeks and gamers gay? You know, they're just born that way. Baby, they were just born that way. Zen Zoltan for 5. Been a member for 5 months. Hail Gary, are you going to see the Eternaut? It's did you hear me talking about it? It's The Last of Us as it should have been done. P.S. It's from a comic in Argentina from the 50s. Zen Zoltan, I have watched all 6 episodes. I'm actually watching it again. And I'm going to watch it again. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to say it's 10 out of 10. I'm going to watch it again and get back to you. But what it is that's fucking great. Grammarly Englisher. It was entertaining, and it had, you know what it had, Zen Zoltan? It has a right amount of levity, and the main character, well, you know what it doesn't have? All the fucking bunch of woke bullshit. Okay. It just doesn't. It has got, it's a very enclosed thing at first, and you go through the panic of the world ending and people just trying to figure out like what the fuck's going on. But your main character is engaging for a lot of, because he gets these flashbacks and stuff, and you feel like very early on Zoltan, like there's more to this guy than meets the eye. Plus the actor who plays the main character, don't know his name, is really fucking good. Like really good. And it's good ensemble cast, and but the main character, so he's called the Eternaut because the snow was falling on the ground in the middle of summer, and it's just killing everybody. So he has to put on basically a suit and a gas mask, and he has to put on a spacesuit, but it's not really a spacesuit. But it gets, so he's basically an Earth astronaut, and that, you know, what's behind the snow killing people, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you because there's layers to, like, it's not just like in Walking Dead, it's just zombies. In this one, it's not a zombie thing at all. It's, oh, here's a layer. Okay, this is, and Disparu described it best. Around the end of the 3rd episode, you're like, man, if this is all, like, I'm entertained, but if this is all this is, and that's what these shows usually turn into, Last of Us, fucking Walking Dead, is like, oh, there's something killing people, and now the people are just going to be fucking horrible to each other. And it'll be the people are the bad guys. And then you end up rooting for the zombies, and then you don't care anymore. No, something happens at the end of the 3rd episode. You go, what? And then another thing happens. That's different. So it's not just one thing. It's like you work your way up, ends on a massive cliffhanger, but they're doing a season 2. I don't know how quick it's going to do, but I liked it. Zen Zoltan. I did. Thank you for having a reasonable Andor take on every other view I've seen. Is either it's the best show or you're dumb if you don't like it, or it's complete trash. Yeah, yeah. As I said on FNT, I don't give a fuck about Star Wars. I could give a fuck. But as a person who's pretty much an objective observer now of Star Wars with zero passion involved, I'm like, I really like how they did the Empire. I like Luthen. I actually like how they resolved Cyril and Andor. The lesbians were there to be lesbians and DEI, and they were stupid, and they were completely unnecessary, and you could have left them out of the story, and they would have changed a fucking thing. The lesbian was only there to chew out a guy at the end, which is totally fucking cringe. But then you go back to like any Luthen scene or any ISB scene, and it's like, it's like whiplash sometimes. But I understand for people who have a passion for Star Wars, and I'm telling you, this is what most fans had in mind in the beginning. Not all the lesbian shit, but basically what's encapsulated in 7, 8, and 9, and what's encapsulated with the Empire. That's what people mostly had in mind for like Disney's gonna age up Star Wars now. Mahler's got a great video. It's one of his shortest videos. It's called Star Wars Can't Grow Up. Highly recommend you watch it. But thank you. Thank you. It is not the greatest thing ever to me. It is not. It is not the worst thing ever to me. There are moments I'm like perked up and went, that was pretty fucking good. Like the Gorman Massacre worked for me. That was good. I know Shad was talking about the chanting getting repetitive, and right when I was about to get there going, yeah, it's getting a little repetitive. Aesthetically, it gets cranked up, and then they go into the singing, and it actually works. And it's and people are asking, why were they doing that? They know they were there to die. They knew what was going on. This is a last stand. And Luthen was letting it happen because if they got massacred, he could use that to help the rebellion. The Empire knew it was going to happen, and so they both kind of worked to engineer this false flag. And it ends up ultimately backfiring on the Empire, but the Empire was so control of information, and they were setting that up throughout the season with the newscasters there. But the one thing I'll appreciate from Tony Gilroy, although I don't appreciate his worldview, he treats the viewer like an adult. There's a lot of stuff you need to catch visually, or you got to hear. It's basic. So there's a lot of show in this. There's a little tell, but there's a lot of show, and I appreciate that. Does it save Star Wars? No. Are they going to go right back to normal? Yes. Is it too fucking late anyway? Yep. Gary, you should do more solo live streams, just you and us intimately. Metalhead Madman, thank you. I will. More news on that I gotta check my calendar. July. Berg Flicka for 16 months. Not to beat a dead Hoffa. Case regarding screwing us out of overtime call back hours, 16 hours between OT shifts. Union dropped us to deal for bigger claim. Oh, really? They dropped you? But I mean, like right now, there's state overtime laws, and they change. And they changed what 4 times. I've been working a long time. I've been working. Even when I was like drugged out, I was getting jobs. So My first job was paper route when I was 10. My first job was flipping burgers at Burger King. My first real job. I worked at a bunch of record stores, worked at Target. I've worked everywhere. I've worked fucking everywhere. I've had I've had 40 jobs. 40 jobs, 3 different careers. Difference between career and job, obviously. But like just shit tons of jobs. But my 3 careers are I'm a journeyman auto parts salesman. I can read any catalog from any car on the planet. And I could sit down at any dealership and start working, and I would understand their computer system in a half an hour. And I'd be able to sling parts without any supervision within an hour. I know multiple Cadillacs. So that's one career. The other one, I owned a business owner, retail owner. And then this, what I'm doing here. So the overtime rules changed from how much you can work in a day to a week. It flip-flopped. I preferred it day because that's when I was able to when I was working parts at Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge in Marin County. I was working 4 10-hour days, and I get 3 days off. I much preferred that schedule because my day was fucking gone anyway, because my commute was an hour and a half each way, going over to the Golden Gate fucking Bridge and dealing with traffic, driving from downtown San Francisco. The distance-wise, it wasn't that long. It was just fucking weaving your way through San Francisco, driving across the Golden Gate Bridge, going through the Muir Woods, then, not getting pulled over by the fucking cops. And, yeah. Corte Madera. It's funny is the Tesla dealership is now that I used to work at in San Rafael has moved to the Chrysler dealership that I worked at in Corte Madera, which is right across the street from the Chevron gas station that you will see in Planet of the Apes, in Matt Reeves' Planet of the Apes. And the movie theater behind there is where I watched the Hobbit trilogy. But I digress. I preferred when it was 410s. And every few years they would change it back, so I couldn't work those 410s. But I don't know what it's like now in California. I don't care. But my last job, I was working 4 days a week, 10 hours a day, and I'd always offer to work Saturday because nobody wanted to work Saturday, and Saturdays are mellower anyway. So I got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. It's a good job, Tesla. Pulling down some pretty good yearly money and great benefits. Gary, you are my baby brother from another mother. You are an inspiration to me. Go full speed with your wellness journey. Let's enjoy the ride. You look great, brother. You look great. Yeah, I'm trying. Like, you know what? It's times like these. I've got to be really careful. You know what I mean? So I'm alone in a house, and I have been for months. And isolation is not good for an addict at all. So I'll be going to more meetings and just doing more stuff and keeping busy. I think my wife will probably be back in July. No, she didn't leave me. She probably should. No, she's dealing with her brother passed away. So she's still up there with the kids and all the dogs. So I'm here with some fucking plants. That's it. And I was supposed to go on this great trip to up north in a couple of days, and our fucking water heater blew up. So now I got to wait for a contractor. So I'm stuck. So I was actually going to get out, and I'm stuck. So I'm just going to make videos and work and live stream. But yeah, to stay healthy, yeah, that's why I'm doing my 5-mile walk. I still go to the gym, Ruben. I'm like almost kind of in prison mode where you get a schedule going and you got to stay on it because it's good for mental health to have like a schedule. Get up same time every day, go to bed around the same time every day. Have your little routine. You know, it is really healthy for me. It works for me. Stay healthy, brother. And eating right and having my head right is pretty important right now because things are complicated. Mark Hancock has become a member. Thank you. Welcome. WG is a new member. What's up, baby? Oh, do we have your super chat from last night? Yeah, I can read it. I can read your super chat from last night. Hang on. From Forbidden Frontier. Oh boy. That's going to ask us two-part notification. There we go. Papa. Okay. I just want to fucking look at something. Jesus. Okay, whatever. We're at history. Come on. Sorry, I'm waiting for my internet. How's everybody doing? You doing okay, guys? It's woken. There it is. Okay. What's the date today? Oh shit, there's a bunch of shit from today. Okay. I'm not seeing it, WG. There's Zorbu. Says, Hail Earth, Gary. I know sometimes our ways are literally alien to you. I just wanted to reassure you that you do matter. You matter. Unless, of course, you multiply yourself by the speed of light squared. Then you're just energy. Thank you, Zorbu. Yesterday was the 11th. I'm not seeing it. WG. What the? Okay. We'll have X-Ray Girl find it. White Chocolate. This is from today. Says, thanks, Gary. Thanks for the recommendation. San Diego Pacific Beach did end up being fun with good views. Just like you said, I've never been to San Diego Comic-Con, but it was cool being in the area at the Marriott. I can't imagine how busy it gets. Mobland is great. Hail. Cheers. Yeah, Pacific Beach is fun. If you want to go out and have fun, if you're okay with like a bunch of hot women roller skating around, or whatever the fuck they do now, riding their bikes, that's the place to go in San Diego. It's a fun place. Are you a fan of Just Society of America? I think it's a very underrated team and would love a proper live action introduction to them. Also, I am one of the few people who was a fan of the Golden Age comics. Alex, I love Golden Age comics. And the JSA had a spectacular run in the early 2000s written by Jeff Johns. It's one of my favorite comics. Yorazaya for $5 would be the last one. Hey, Gary, just curious, what are your thoughts on The Spirit with Gabriel Mott and Samuel L. Jackson? Thanks for all the entertaining streams lately. No, I didn't think it was very good. But it's been a minute since I've seen it. I probably appreciate it more. But I didn't think it was very good. All right. Y'all have a really good day. I'm going to take off and see what I can come up with. A Wednesday, Real BBC tomorrow, Wednesday, Nooner, and then we have a Superman trailer and what else is happening in the world, whatever else is happening in the world. Yeah. That's all. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a Go Till. Let me see. I thought I got it. Let me see. The Napsky is a new member. I'll check. I'll read it again. I don't see it. It's not there. Goth Hill. I don't see it. Member messages are they do such a shitty job on these. They don't archive them either. I've already bitched about them archiving them. But sorry about that. All right. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. And I don't know who's streaming, but go watch some. I guess I can check real quick. I'm not going to raid because I don't know how to do that. Let's see. I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody. But y'all have a good day. Raid Kirsha. I don't think I can, or I would. Go see. Yeah, if she's streaming. Go watch Kirsha. She's fucking great. Tell her I said hi. Thanks to everyone who participated. Thanks everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Ciao bella.